Alright, hey guys, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney. We're gonna play some more, and hopefully also play a little bit longer this time. Because, I didn't play for very long. Also, sorry if I sound kind of coughy. That's not a good word to use. Sorry if I sound all, like, rusty. I don't know what the word to use. My throat kinda... I just choked on some juice, and I'm in the middle of recovering. I swear to God, that always happens to me. I always choke on my frickin' juice. I don't know why it always happens. It's just kind of a thing. I'm stammering. Stop. Stop doing that. Let's play some Ace Attorney, alright? Yeah, get my controller all ready. There we go. So we were in the, we were about to do a spectacular from Mr. Sholmes here. Here, let me reposition my controller. There we go. Oh yeah, right. So he asked us, I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just one thing enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Mr. Garadeb, thought it would seem you're a military man of considerably distinguished service. Your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it was all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. Fuck, what voice did I give this dude? I literally just voiced him last night. I beg your pardon? Something like that, yeah. I mean, no fit to be doing voices after I'm choking on my juice. The first is that even as we speak, you're concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you've lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly... How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be more simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. And now I'm very glad that I stopped last time. Nature of the beast. I do love these. These are fun. Before we, like, do the trial, you know? It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Now that I think about it, if we do, like, the, like, logic and reasoning with Sholmes, wouldn't that mean that there'd only be one day of trial? You know, because this kind of counts as, like, testimony, right? Sort of? It's, like, sort of a replacement. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Oh, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gareb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast has run rampant here, is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, king of beasts. What is this biffle, I ask you? I fucking forgot what voice I gave him. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you'd imagine. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it's plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. I didn't even know she had that. For protruding it from a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah. Moon Man. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garadeb. At Batty's Circus. A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I've observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly do not. I believe I've made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. And I fell into a burning ring of fire. A rampaging, acid lion. Aftermath. Now, Mr. Garadeb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it's the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for your payment. Ah. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstance of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last, unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? That old guy literally looks like the shape of a moon. You know, that is kind of cool. Well, I noticed when he's sitting from the side, yeah, he does look like a moon. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. This time, madam, I'm afraid it's you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. You wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Ah. There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it, or was it not, once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its nest prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked it, ate the carpet. He ate the carpet? The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. My god, you are terrible at this. Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Oh my lord. They're just so surprised. What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
Oh, me sorry, Mr. Garrett. Me afraid me didn't notice.
My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that with that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
Oh.
What does carpet taste like? It probably tastes like sheep. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but can I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside the room of this size? Indeed, it's the only explanation of the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion was run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett, his maid, would have been hurt, or worse.
Ah, that's where you're stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Or eats cake, or carpets. Oh, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespectable of race and breeding whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. I mean, I love tea as much as the next guy, but I don't think lions do. Actually, just like British lions, they drink tea.
Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again.
Yeah, it's time to fix the fucking mistakes this guy made. Bro, like, how many tests did he fail in high school? I had a feeling this was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deduction needs. You can do it.
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Man, he's still, like, PTSD after that third trial. Let us start again from the beginning. Of Sherlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. I mean, I wouldn't really call it spectacular, because you keep making mistakes. But it's fine. So we can just, you know, carry on with this, right? Moon Man. Now I can't unsee it. I'm gonna start calling him Moon Man now. Is there any way I can, like, I can't speed up the text, unfortunately. Lion statue. I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Gyarados' reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok in this room.
Yeah, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Gyarados' gaze. This'll lead us to the true answer.
Well, where is he looking then? We can, you know, have a look at the lion statue. Well, there's the lion statue that Mr. Sholmes picked out.
Yes, I wonder. Perhaps if he did live with a lion, it would prove to be a rather sweet companion.
I think that's like a mouse trying to tell his family that the cat around the house is sweet.
I suppose it is a bit of a flight of fancy, isn't it?
Has any? I mean, lions are just really big cats, you know. You remember that episode? You remember that episode of Trailer Park Boys where Bubbles had a tiger called, like, what was his name? Steve French, and he just like had a pet tiger or whatever around the fucking trailer park, and they had to get rid of it. Anyway, the beast we're looking for is something else. Let's have a good look around. Well, it doesn't look like the curtain works. Mortar shells. These are shells for the cannon, are they? What a strange place to keep them.
I imagine they have some sort of significance to Mr. Gyarados from his time in the army. Of course. He mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he? Do you remember? He said that he'd been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of those who hit him.
Around that size of his knee, there'd be nothing left of it. Or Mr. Gyarados, for that matter. Mr. Sholmes is a Persian slipper. And this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display, well, rubbish on the mantelpiece. Well, what else can I examine? The only thing I can really see are the wait, hang on. Yes, the shells. Oh wait, there's a frame. Oh shit, this is a big deal. What's this photograph?
It appears to be from Mr. Gyarados' wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
What happened? Probably best to not delve too deeply there. Newlywed bride or Mr. Gyarados?
This must have been when Mr. Gyarados was still in the army.
He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly and beaming a smile at the same time.
I suppose he was very strong in his younger years.
Hard to imagine now. He's as thin as a rake. Anything else I can examine? Newlywed bride.
The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
No amount of cracks can hide the woman's plump form.
I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, she certainly looks like that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Yeah, that's why they call it big and beautiful, you know? Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure.
Oh, look. Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yes, that's an unusual design.
It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower.
What really caused the damage in this room? Well, I'm not sure what I should present. Because I feel like mortar shells would likely cause it.
Take that!
Right? No? Okay, that's not it then. I mean, what, maybe she did cause the damage. That actually does make sense. The true identity of the beast that tore this room apart is these shells. With their butter wouldn't melt accomplice to the cannon. But war is good for nothing, brings only destruction. Something we must all strive to understand. That deduction was wanting in every way. Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. I find myself wanting never to have heard of it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. I don't know, it's really funny when he hates our things. Like, it's like we shit on his deductions the whole game, and then when we have like a deduction that's not right, he's just like, man, you suck, man. Okay, I'm gonna try the newlywed bride then. Well, what do we know with some certainty is that a destructive creature has been at work in this room. That Mr. Garrett inadvertently looked in the direction of something that gives its identity far away. Yes, we investigate thoroughly enough, we ought to find the answer. Well, I guess they did say his gaze, right? There's something else I can examine, right? Okay. I guess we'll try the... revealed by that newlywed bride. Let's try this.
Take that!
Oh, there we go. The true nature of the beast that's run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. I mean, she keeps spilling the fucking tea, you know? Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrett. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Oh, indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrett. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Well,
Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Oh yeah, now we have the dress pocket.
the poor, fragile, defensive woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mrs. Garrett anywhere.
But it seems there maybe is a clue to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid's trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrett's wife could be. Maid. She's in the teapot, of course.
What a charming little teapot. And it's in pristine condition. Joanne's been pouring some deliciously fragrant tea from it for Mr. Garrett, hasn't she?
Well, not so much for Mr. Garrett as on Mr. Garrett, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't dream of drawing attention to it.
Well, what else can I examine? Can I examine Mr. Garrett himself? That'd be funny. Doesn't appear to be anything, anything else I can examine. Well, there's the pocket, obviously.
That certainly does appear to be a circus handbill poking out from her pocket. Batty's Circus, currently performing shows in a park not far from here.
You don't think? Surely Mr. Garrett didn't sell his wife to the circus.
Mr. Naruhodo, how could you think such a thing?
I was only joking.
Besides, I would have gone with, do you think he fed her to his pet lion?
That's somehow worse. I think that's it. Too tightly shut eyes to avoiding the chance of a giveaway glance. Pursed lips to prevent any secrets from slipping out. Rounded cheeks deflect any abuse that might be hurled her way. Yes, this is an unnervingly powerful woman, Miss Susato.
It's your turn. A phrase that's unnerving, Mr. Naruhodo.
Your maid.
Take that!
No? Am I missing something again? I'm not even sure if I should voice this. It's impossible to believe it could be true, yet, for some reason the thought came into my mind. That this serving maid is in fact a mighty goddess of destruction. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Sorry. Well, at least we got some funny dialogue. Is it gonna be the fucking teapot that gives it away?
We've already established who it was that calls all the damn.
I think it is the teapot. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay, well, before I make more dumbass mistakes... Oh, I can't save in the middle of this. Huh. Well, what else could I examine? I don't think I can examine anything in the background, right? Nice looking room, though. Let me examine the teapot again. Well, can I look at the history? Well, what else do I examine? Wait, maybe the ring? Oh, the wedding ring. I didn't even notice that. She's wearing a very large ring, look.
Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring.
Looks like it's on there for life, too. Can't imagine it would slide off a finger that size.
That's something you think, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to say. Do you know, Mr. Gyarados' wife in that photograph had a ring very much like this one. It was a large sunflower design as well.
Really? You have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence they have the same ring, isn't it? Okay, it's the wedding ring.
Take that!
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
Ah.
Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Ah, hold on. Give me a sec. For it's identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gyarados' bride in this photographic print. In other words, you're no ordinary housemaid. No. You are Mr. Gyarados' lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gyarados herself.
Oh my word!
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightfully surmised, this is the wife, yes? My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say. She was a bolly. Oh!
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you're a retired army man, yet you're in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid,
Would that be correct?
It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. Man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ.
Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are all folly. You mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as his maid?
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? Only in company, obviously, but listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please.
The raging wife of Mr. Garrett. That's pretty funny. Might even be more funny than the lion, actually.
Now, Mr. Garrett, it's plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible.
I don't know why I'm reading this again. I don't need to read this again, man.
Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrett's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garrett is staying beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. Maybe that's where his wedding ring is. I don't know. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett's pain is tangible, though. What does that pose of his really signify?
Does he also have a wedding ring? Slapped cheek?
Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, that's quite something. And clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Garrett's been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say.
The teapot? We have the pipe.
That's a very large pipe, isn't it? Yeah, anyone's has something of that size hanging out of his or her mouth on a regular basis. Is sure to have a serious chin like Mr. Garrett's.
You're telling me I could get a great chin if I just smoke out of a pipe?
What was that white binding around it all about?
What, can I examine that too? Supporting arm.
Mr. Garrett certainly looks glum. According to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, that's because he's having to endure the acute pain of something losing something very dear to him. We know that he hasn't lost his wife. So that means there must be another cause for the pain he's suffering.
I mean, we're gonna talk literal pain then, right? Doesn't look like I can examine anything else. I'm going to go with, the slapped cheek.
Take that!
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the delivery of that impressive mark on your cheek that refused to fade. Was you, Madam Joan Garrett? Well, yes.
But why did she slap him?
You've been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir.
Ugh.
Is that why he's facing this way?
How the blazer did you work that out, man?
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from the view.
Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Gerda to fly into a rage.
The following of your gaze. Well, we obviously have the pile of bills.
Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established the line never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrett's wife.
Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing.
Yes, man, Naruhodo with the misogyny jokes today, huh? Yes, well, she's also the person who gave her husband a mice slap round in the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yeah, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Well, let's examine the pile of bills.
Look at all these bills, it certainly amounts to a great deal of food.
Meat and potatoes by the cartload, wasn't it? Well, looking at the two of them, you can tell immediately who eats the lion's share in this household.
Well, at least we're no longer talking about an actual lion anymore.
Wait, what's this? Bookmark?
Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look. Mr. Garrett is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look next to the signature here. Lip marks. Wait,
Lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture.
don't get any idea, Susato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
So this bookmark's actually a love note then, huh? Love note. Well, what else can I examine? The stack of books? There are a lot of books stacked up on the shelf here, look. All novels that I've never heard of.
It appears somebody's purchased them all from a secondhand bookshop. I think Mr. Garrett is something of a book lover.
It doesn't seem like oh! Broken plate.
Oh dear, this place is smashed to pieces. And nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess.
This is some sort of high art.
Really, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little eccentric.
Yes, let's call it eccentricity.
Damn it, now I have a few ideas on what to present. I mean, honestly, the broken plate would warrant more of a slap. A love note or a broken plate. Well, this is the 1900s we're talking about, so... well, let me look again. It says... The broken plate that's given rise to the pain. Like, who broke the plate, though? Did he break the plate? I'm gonna try the broken plate.
Take that!
Nope, that wasn't it. Okay. What causes the most pain to any man? The answer, of course, is breaking one of your favorite plates. What am I gonna eat my dinner off now, you cry, but no one hears your sorrow. That deduction was wanting in every way. Well, I don't know, my logic was like, you know, he broke a plate, and she got mad at him for breaking one of the plates, so she slapped him. I don't know, man. I'm gonna lose all my lives here, dude. Okay, well, maybe... Let's see.
We already know what the cause of Mr. Garrett's pain is, of course, don't we?
Slap across the cheek, which left that bright red mark.
that's it. So it is the love note then. Like the love note makes me think like, oh, is someone cheating on each other? Said that the stronger people's feelings are, the more fiercely they react to betrayal. You seem to know a lot about the ways of the heart, Mr. Naruhodo. I read it in a popular novel that I borrowed from Cosma. So we're looking for a reason why Miss Gyarados will felt betrayed by her husband then. Oh, well yeah, now it's really obvious.
Take that!
Is he cheating on her? Yes, it is this love note that's given rise to the pain you suffer.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. But I don't know the bally woman.
You don't know her.
That note wasn't written to me. Who's she's in the book? I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right, what I've been saying.
A likely story.
Now listen here, John, I would think I'll explain at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there.
So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean?
That's right, that's what I've been saying.
A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you forgot, is John.
I thought, like, James could be another name for John. A likely story.
Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by the observing carpet over there.
Oh yeah, the cake. The Tower of Cakes. But surely Mr. Gyarados didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not.
But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So there's the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Gyarados' gaze, or Mrs. Gyarados' gaze, and that'll tell us the real answer.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Yes. Does something burn? The circus handbell. I already see what it is. This is an advertising handbill for the circus. Batty Circus. It's in a nearby park.
Isn't it the same as the one we saw earlier? The one was folded up in Mrs. Gyarados' pocket?
Perhaps they're very great circus lovers?
I've never been to a circus. It couldn't be that hungry lion someone involved again here, is it?
Oh dear, I do hope not.
I already see what it is. It's the candle. Look at the candle. Okay, but I'm gonna look at the cake. Cake. Soggy cake.
Ah, Sony cakes.
Is that all you can think about?
Well, look at them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's a mound of them, and they all look so delicious.
It's more of a tower than a mountain, I'd say.
It's a mountain, and it's my hope that one day, in our very homeland, I'll be able to perform the tea ceremony at the foot of such a mountain.
It's definitely a tower.
And we got the candlestick. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable.
Looks to me even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Hey, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is there one candle of the 3 missing from its holder? This one seems a lot... Oh, look at that! There's a candle on the floor, you see that? The carpet's here been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the hairs match those made by an Indian lion's teeth exactly. Oh, look here. What is it? If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks. Oh, yes, so you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. Okay, it's the candle then. This one was a lot more obvious, I think.
Take that!
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick.
Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth.
Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible.
Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little martial altercation. Mrs. Gerda's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of a strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the culprit was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames.
Oh wait, that was Rianowski talking.
Yes, For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. Fire!
And in this room, that ferocious beast bare its claws and ran amok.
Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you can see there's but one conclusion here. After the sparks of martial discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire.
He's actually getting up.
Mr. Sholmes, sir, I salute you! Carpet scorched by a small fire. Deduction complete. Elementary.
Very nice.
It's these dash long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of a fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be close to the mark. And beast is most certainly an upstart.
Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by a fire when the candle fell on the floor?
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place was filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old Styx rage and the raging flames.
The flames of disaster.
You paint a Tory picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
Sympathy for you. You get no sympathy from me.
Didn't take long for the fire to spread, course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We had to hide a mess on the screen for the time being.
Oh.
Over here, Mr. Garrett.
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me.
Oh, I see.
Had all my favourite novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke.
Gosh. Well, that really sucks. That's like if all my games got lit on fire or something.
And the wife started throwing things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
It was I back up against the window on the heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books becoming 10 a dozen.
Incendiary.
Most of it lost me favourite, book called The Lion's Pride.
The Lion's Pride?
Oh yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence me choice in the slightest.
So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast rampage.
Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again.
It can only be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it was a total carnage. Flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fettle.
Out of interest, what time of day was that?
Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now, let's see. Around 4 o'clock, I think.
So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blightley could have been flattened outside my window at the moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dash thing.
And I guess the smoke didn't help him see either.
Oh, really?
Well, so one thing I really noticed, one thing I noticed is that another thing that really makes them a good couple is that their names are so similar. John and Joan. Like, that's like the most samey name couple I've ever seen. Only more samey you could get would be like if you were named Alex and Alexa or something like that. Mr. Sholmes? You know, just a random question, but how many couples do you think exist where both partners have the exact same first name? Because you can have unisex names, like Alex or, I can't think of any other same names. Fuck. I can't think of any names that apply to both genders. Maybe Andrew? I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you?
Well, I think we gotta get to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation for now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? Well, I think what that means is that Mr. Garrett's not a suspect, right? Because he was too busy dealing with the fire, you think?
I can't help you there, I'm afraid.
What?
My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I cannot be sure whether his secret would prove to be relevant or not.
I just knew you were gonna say that.
Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only 2 categories. Those relevant to the case, and those not.
That makes no sense to me.
Well, no matter. Here's a far great importance that you made up your mind now.
Sorry?
Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over.
Oh no. Is it that time already?
If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
So that's it. No more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrett.
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry.
Thank you both very much for your time.
Sasaki-san will be waiting for us. I'm gonna have to give him an answer. Bum 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 bum. Well, we can examine the burn marks now. What a miserable sight.
Oh dear. At least the whole room wasn't engulfed in flames.
I suppose so. But my whole collection went up in smoke, you know. All these novels I adored so much.
Well, John, whose fault is that?
Not mine, that's for sure.
Well, whoever may be or may not to be blamed. I'm quite sure you can buy some new old books to replace them, can't you?
New old books? Bally nonsense.
Does sound like a contradiction in terms, but then these two are full of contradictions.
That's couples for you, Mr. Naruhodo. Or so I've been led to believe.
Yeah, that sums up my relationship in a nutshell. You know, I never examined the candlestick.
This old candle holder looks a little out of place, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some reason.
Oh, that old thing, yes. Yeah, just a peep van Mongre. Gimcrack, really. Oh. Used it when I was studying, don't you know? For my commission. I know it's old, hardly worth hanging on to, really. But, well, it has its uses sometimes.
Of course.
Does everything in this room have some elaborate story behind it?
They're memories, Mr. Naruhodo. Memories.
Anything new I can examine? I don't believe so. Wait, hang on, I found something. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous.
Ah, I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here?
Oh, those old things. Couple little rounds I accidentally fired in the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of a colourful regiment folklore, that incident.
You mean...
You deliberately hunted out the spent shells?
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap iron after all. Usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you?
Useful for what exactly?
Yes, well. John here did manage to knock one of the belly things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
Oh no.
Hadn't shed a tear since 1869 before then, you know.
Maybe reconsider throwing them away? We can examine the lion. I think these are just like lions we didn't get to read before because I didn't really like bother looking at them. Alright, I think that's it for this now. Mr. Natsume's room. I don't think there's anything in here, right? No. Sholmes suite. Oh, wait. Hey, we found something. Briar Road.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison.
Yes, I know. Let's hail a kit. Oh.
What's the matter?
Looks like something is going on over there in front of Mr. Garrett's house.
Oh?
What the fuck? Who is this chap? I know the old man failed high prayers. What the hell is happening here?
Who are you calling old man, you rum-looking mint-niminy-pinniny?
Oh, these are more things than having enough. Horatio, when I dreamt in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you talking about?
Who are these posers?
Excuse me.
Eh? What are they? Who you know?
I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see?
Huh? A lawyer? What?
If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law.
Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet.
Get for you to a nunnery.
Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you?
I do hope you're not injured.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you.
What was that all about?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than I dreamt of your philosophy.
I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but... Are you a lodger here, in the Garrett residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Mr. Garrett mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor?
Oh yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy a polemist than my battle of words. Ne'er could there be.
Sorry? Battle, did you say?
Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night.
I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances, at least.
So, fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well!
I don't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. Seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Seki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garrett house is certainly full of eccentrics. Or eccentrics, rather. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Well, I imagine those two guys are going to be important later on. Whether it be in the trial, or maybe another investigation, I don't know, we'll see. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Better call Saul. What voice did I give this guy again? Like some worried-ass voice?
Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched.
We're so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
Oh, no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese.
Oh, now, let's not get carried away.
Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand...
Oh, it's Sholmes again.
It's through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Oh, it's just, it's you! The miserable rotten spy, Herlock Sholmes!
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
I've no intention of doing anything, per se. Save observing, of course.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
This guy's just having a fucking panic attack in his cell. Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend's faring.
gloomful room. At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it's the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day's been a delight, and cost me not a penny. Oh, you! How dare you, Hairlock Sholmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck would be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life's be damned!
What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo?
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean? And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. Mr. Mustache?
What?
Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I'd say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no, we got sad music.
Yes, yes, the silver great. Oh, I think I've read this already.
I've done that already. What about the map?
Well, Mr. Natsume, would you take this and... Oh, the sheer joy of a gift from my fellow countrymen. The complete kindness of kith and kin. Oh no, sorry, I just wanted to show you. The complete cruelty of kith and kin. Oops.
What about the second-hand book receipt?
You found this receipt in your room, Mr. Natsume. That's right. I went out to buy some new old books. Isn't that a contradiction in terms?
There's a word for that. I forgot what the word is. I learned it in grade 12 English. Like, oh, fuck. I think it's called... Let me just double check this. I think it's called a juxtaposition. Let me look that up. Juxtaposition. The fact of two things being seen or placed close together with contrasting effect. Yeah, it's a juxtaposition. That's what that is.
And it was on your way back to your room that you saw the woman being stabbed. She's dead, I thought to myself. She's dead! My mind went completely blank. Before I knew it, I was back in my room, just trembling like a leaf. Bookworm hoping to worm his way out of a bad situation?
Mr. Naruhodo, please do be careful not to sink. Yeah, I'm gonna go wash the dishes in the sink real quick. Bye, Mr. Naruhodo. Not to think such disparaging thoughts.
How could you possibly know?
Okay, well, let's converse.
Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed?
Probably because of the Reaper of the Old Bailey?
Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I just can't carry it away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. Yeah, you know what I mean? The trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me. Summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Mr. McGilded.
What? It's quite a shame, too. I really liked that guy.
Oh, I'm impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail.
That's like 2 people that have died that like have been kind of close to us. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having the accused the convicted, Lord Van Zeeks killed the man himself.
Oh no, he couldn't have, surely.
You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? That man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes. Why, of course he is.
Of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, the real truth about the man's even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
What on earth do you mean by that?
Oh, we got the Reaper. Van Zeeks is quite an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Huh? That's good.
Suzeki-san looks like he's gonna cry tears of joy. As you're no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there's both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. From a certain point of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right? Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal. Contriving evidence, calling imposters, sus as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who'd want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
Sounds like the dark age of the law. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
And sadly, is from time to time, my dear madam, is the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, the prosecution usually only cares about winning. He doesn't care about whether the verdict's right. I mean, at least that's how a lot of prosecutors start out.
And that's alright. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zeeks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my.
Though the adjudication may seem them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It's most striking.
Disappear? But how?
Ah, by all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they're trampled on a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by a highwayman.
Oh, no.
All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo.
I knew it. I'm a dead doo-doo done for doomed. Cursed lodgings.
When you said accursed lodgings before, you're referring to your room at Mr. Garrett's house, I assume. Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. I'd only been here in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself.
That didn't take long, then.
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back.
I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yeah, why age issues there? Seems a little inconvenient. The rent's cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late. So I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it. But if not, don't mention it in the first place." Yeah, this is why I like to feign ignorance. Yes, well said. But it was true. It was all true. You mean the room really is cursed then? Ever since I moved in that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. No one wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe me? Really, no one at all? Oh, I feel bad for him now. To believe. Yes, to believe. To believe. Mr. Sholmes? Aw, me, Mr. Naruto. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Buria, if you recall. Oh, the Buria. The Buria. Oh, that case. The one with the snake? Well, yes. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe in me? I see, yes, you mean... because you were a grimly dressed, shit-eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room? Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
I make up my own mind about what it is to be believed in, what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstance can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion.
Meaning...
whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It's a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Yes, he's right. He's right. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Whether or not I can believe myself.
The defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
You're so right, Cosma.
Well, my dear fellows, it's time we're leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
Oh dear. There's never enough time, is there?
Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts. Just like James McLeod.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo.
And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. I'll fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume. You'd be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it.
So, he actually helped us after all. He helped us believe in ourselves again. That's awesome.
Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end.
That fucking guy getting tea spilt on him again.
Miss Susato,
Yes?
would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. Yay! Cute.
The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. It's time to stop looking backwards. Cosmo believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Sasaki-san has no one else. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster.
That's a great to be continued if I ever saw one. Alright, well actually I don't mind that we did a short one last time, because otherwise I would have done like 2.5 hours of this game, which, you know what? That's okay. That's okay, honestly. Alright, save complete. Now we're gonna do the trial next episode. I don't know if the trial is gonna be the rest of the chapter. I think it is though, cause like we spent like a good like 5 hours on the investigation, I reckon. So, yeah. Whew, alright. Oh, well, let me get up and, end the episode. Alright, well, that was pretty good, though. I think that's a good time to end the episode. Next episode, I suppose, we'll do the trial. However long that trial may actually be, because, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. The trial is probably going to be equally long. Might even be longer than the investigation, actually. But yeah, thanks guys for watching The Great Ace Attorney. Make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube and twitch.tv/minusbros. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Great Ace Attorney. Maybe I'll do some of this in the morning. I don't know. Because Zeppy wants me to do Cookie Clicker, and I can either do Cookie Clicker tomorrow, on Wednesday, or on Thursday. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do some Great Ace Attorney in the morning, and then I can spend the whole night doing Cookie Clicker. That'll probably be a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Okay, then. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, bye.